All right, back for another beer review, and today I'm reviewing yet another beer from the Beer Tree Brew Company, and they are out of Port Crane, New York, and this is their Brain Stew. So they're calling this a double New England-style IPA that comes in at 8.3% alcohol by volume. No IBUs listed in the time of review. This can is approximately 5 weeks old. So this one is brewed with Cashmere, Rakau, and Mosaic hops. That's all I know about it. They don't have much other information on here, but I do like, I believe, the Green Day reference. So sweet, old school Green Day reference too. Anyway, let's crack this one open, get into the hashtag proper glassware, and go from there. All right. All right, so yeah, that pours out. This is, you know what this reminds me of actually? It looks like a Equilibrium double IPA. It has a deeper, like really orange color, almost like slightly like an off gray. Like, I know it sounds weird, but it has like grayish tints in there. Had about a half a finger of this creamy looking head that is dissipated quite a bit. But yeah, very milky and just turbid and hazy looking. Let's get a nose. Yeah, smells pretty good. Still smells like slightly green, like it has like a slight hop burn to the nose. But then there's sweeter, definitely blueberry. So that Mosaic, even though it's the third hop listed, definitely getting a little bit of blueberry tinge. Pineapple, passion fruit. Almost a lychee type sensation. I don't mention lychee. I've only had lychees a couple times. And the last time I had it was probably a lychee about a year ago. And yeah, getting a little bit of that in here. Yeah, it has like a tropical stone fruit kind of nose to it. Slight peppery mango. It smells really sweet is what this one is. It has a, it's 8.3%, big malt bill, but it smells sweet, fruity, hazy. It smells pretty damn good. Blueberry, let's get into it. Cheers, everybody. Definitely has a little bit of, green astringency, hop burn still at 5 weeks old. Blueberry is definitely here. Mosaic is shining. The body on this one, medium body, maybe a touch thin at 8.3%. The mouthfeel, soft, smooth, slightly creamy. Yeah, it's a proper mouthfeel, although the body's slightly thin. I'm all right with it. We're up front, hit with the blueberry. Pass through the palate. Wasn't getting the nose, but I'm starting to get like white grapes, gooseberry. I don't know if that's the Rakau sticking his head in, but has more of like, your Southern Hemisphere hops, your New Zealand and like Australian type of hops, like the Nelson Sauvin, the Galaxy, the Rakau, the Motu Weka, things like that. Kind of in that vein. I'm pretty sure Rakau is either New Zealand or Australian hop. Very easy to drink. This, outside of that like slight hop burn, slight stringency, 8.3%, can't tell on the palate. Leans to the sweeter side of things, definitely sweet, double IPA. Almost has an acidic, like orange tangerine type of thing in the back of the throat, mixing in with that hop burn. Finishes to the sweeter side of things. Not really dry at all. There's a mild bitterness, but for the most part, this leans sweet. Very easy to drink. Outside of that, like that hop burn, I really like this one. It's nice. But that hop burn, I could not imagine this beer at like 1 or 2 weeks old or a couple days old. I feel like that would be a little bit overwhelming to my palate because it's still here. But I'm still going back for each drink, trying to get more characteristics out of it, trying to tell you guys what I'm tasting. And as I do it, it's kind of building up in the back of the throat. So there's a mild hop burn here at 5 weeks old that is a little bit distracting to the beer in itself. But I do like the flavors. That blueberry, Mosaic is one of those hops where a lot of times I'll get a distinct berry characteristic. A lot of times it's blueberry. Sometimes it's like a red berry. But for the most part, blueberry is something that I get with Mosaic. But when they're used in conjunction with other hops, where with this one they're using it with 2 other hops, that blueberry typically gets lost when it comes to Mosaic in conjunction with other hops. But in this one, definitely distinct blueberry. Cashmere, I don't know what that's bringing to the table. Sometimes with Cashmere I get coconut. Other times with Cashmere I get like a, kind of just different fruits. Can't really tell you what it's bringing to the table in this one. It feels like the Rakau and the Mosaic are the two distinct hops that I'm really getting in this one. Good beer, damn good beer. I enjoy it. I really like the flavors in this one, but that hop astringency, that hop burn, the green astringency I'm getting, kind of weighing on me a little bit as I keep on drinking on it. So brain stew from Beer Tree, I think flavor-wise is like a 4.25 out of 5, but I'm gonna have to knock it down to a high 4 out of 5 because that green astringency is going to build. By the end of this can, I think I'm going to have the throat burn, which is very rare. I don't get a lot of the hop burn in beers nowadays. I typically drink my hop forward England-style IPAs anywhere between 2 to 6 weeks old. I usually don't drink them super fresh because a lot of times I do notice the hop astringency, the green astringency, the hop burn. So with this one, I think fresh it would have been overwhelming to my palate. As it is, I'm going to give this a high 4 out of 5. I'm going to 4.1 out of 5. I think it's a damn good beer. Love the flavors here, but that hop burn is just kind of, like I said, weighing on my palate, kind of a distraction. So, a good beer, but without that, I think it would be, 4.25 out of 5. So, Brain Stew from Beer Tree, 4.1 out of 5. If you've had this one before, let me know what you think about it. I'd be curious to know if someone had this fresh, if that hop burn was there. Maybe it's just my palate. Maybe my palate's super stupid today. Stupid every day, but maybe today just extremely stupid. But at the end of the day, I do enjoy this one, but I feel like by the end of the can, I'm gonna be like, oh man, maybe I should have drank that can to myself. Price and availability, we do get distribution now here in the Western New York area. And I think they, basically it's most of their stuff is released at the brewery, but then they drive around Western New York, they drive around Central New York and drop off cans. So if you're in a bigger city, I believe in New York State, you should see some of the Beer Tree beers. Yeah, pretty cool stuff. Price point, I think this was $18 a 4-pack. Would I pay that again for this? Probably not, but I would like to try this one again, maybe a different batch, maybe fresh, just to see if that hop burn is as intense as I think it is. But, at the end of the day, really good flavors, just a bit too astringent on the palate. 8.3% really hides it well. So, yeah, anyway, appreciate everybody stopping by for another beer review here on the Beer Patrol. Till the next one, cheers.